technically a minute early. Oh, interesting. Let me go back, read some of these comments. Giovanni Gentiles does a great job in the Playland. Brought back so many great memories of visits when I was growing up. Favorite is Yield Mill. I love the Yield Mill. Some good stuff. Playland was really one of my favorite stops from this most recent trip. The just how many did three working dark rides. It's hard to find an amusement park that has one operational dark ride. For them to have three, that's something special. Art Abandonment Adventures, how are you doing? Maswig, thank you for the super chat. How is everyone doing this fine Tuesday evening? Maybe night. How is everyone doing this fine? Yeah, evening. And he said evening. It's an evening, I think. Is there a difference between evening and nighttime, or is it all just is that all just the same thing? Europe says, "Oh my God, I love your Coca-Cola video. You're talking about the World of Coke in Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be traveling to Arizona anytime soon, possibly. Working some things out. Nick Zenda, thank you for the super chat. Babecast says you really love dark rides. I really do love dark rides. It's been kind of the goal this summer is visit as many dark rides as I can. One that I was trying to make, but I ended up not getting a chance to check out that was on the list was Lake Conneaut Lake. That's my best guess. Lake Conneaut Park has a the Devil's Den dark ride. Unfortunately, the park does not appear to be in good shape. It was sold to a new buyer who sold off some of the rides already, and apparently there was not much. There's not much left of the park, so hopefully I will get a chance to come out and ride the Devil's Den at some point before it is a thing of the past. You need to come to California and go to Castle Amusement Park in Rivers. I've heard of that. I know that they have a Boo Blasters there. Ronnie Montgomery says, "What about the Star Flyer?" I don't think so. Icon Park in Orlando. That's ugh. That makes me sick to even think about. Mark Z Hammer says Lowe's is running Halloween ads. Yeah, I'm thinking about going out to like Lowe's and Home Depot and Walmart. Do I remember making a video called The Wonders of Louisville? Sounds like something I'd make. What did I show in The Wonders of Louisville? Dakota says, I know you mentioned water parks at one point. Thought it'd be a tad lit this year. I ended up not doing any water parks this year. Not a huge fan of being wet, as it turns out. There is one, though, I really do want to check out, and that is Water World in Colorado actually has dark ride theming in their water slides. So it's like a cave. You go in. So I could bring my Osmo action cam, which I showed off in the last two videos. You guys can let me know what you think. Gretel Z says Bushkill Park in Easton, Pennsylvania, oldest fun house, pretty awesome. I think that theme park is, I think it's shut down because they had a bad flood, if I understand correctly. Dennis Ball says, love the homemade haunts. Hope you'll visit them again. Yeah, my plan is to visit all different types of haunts. You know, big high money haunts, DIY haunts and theme park events that include haunts. But yeah, I love to get a good like mix of different haunts. There is a storm hitting. It's just rain. Um, Unfortunately, we do get some flooding in the surrounding areas. Ryan, yes, Journey to the Center Earth has animatronic dinosaurs on in a water park. You slide, you go, it's crazy. You go on a raft in a cave. It looks amazing. I'd love to film it. But yes, the time is coming very soon. We're going to start focusing on haunts, and the haunt events, spooky things. I don't know. I have a good list of haunts that I'm planning on doing. Jack says, "Oh, you did a video on Louisville, Kentucky, and you went to the Louisville Slugger Museum. And there's a tornado warning." Yeah, I was at the Louisville Slugger Museum, and they had a tornado warning, and they made us all go into the auditorium. Yeah, I understand there's some flooding in and around Louisiana. It's hard sometimes to keep track of all the terrible things that are going on in the world. It's been it's been a rough time. Ronnie Montgomery, thank you for the super chat. It's been a rough few years, hasn't it, guys? Try to keep a smile. Uh, my life, guys. Let me know that I'm coming through. I love Sally Dark rides. You know, I do appreciate the old dark rides. I really love the old dark rides, and I hate when they disappear. But you got to thank Sally Dark rides because there may not. Do you know how few dark rides there'd be outside of Disney without Sally? Syed Hamidi says, "Congratulations on 400,000 subs." Well, thank you. It's when we're making videos. I think it's been, what is it, 8 years now? Skatel X2 says, "You finally visited Rye Playland." Yes, loved Rye Playland. Ed Beanie Weenie, thank you for the super chat. Any meditation sessions? Yeah, we'll do a meditation session here in a little bit. I won't forget. Yeah, about that, like with the meditation, like I don't do it as much as I should, and I'm trying to incorporate it into the live streams as a way almost to remind myself to do it because um, the mindfulness exercises are something that's really personally helped me with my anxiety, and so it kind of helps. It's helped me a lot. I need to do it more. I need to let myself, because see, my brain. My brain cycles quickly. It it's always on to the next thing, or thinking about two or three things at the same time. So it's important to just let your brain have a few minutes of rest. Daniel Melendez says, "Remember when you had less than 50,000? You've come a long way." I have come a long way. How many was I out? I quit my job. I don't think it was very long after I hit 100,000 that I quit my job. Decision was I probably would have waited long. I'm kind of happy the way things worked out with that. Like I was pushed into making an uncomfortable decision, but it really turned out for the best. Made me wish I would have quit my job earlier. Spook says, "Did you get that prop yet?" Not yet. I'm looking at um going back out and see when the spirits that are closer. I'm gonna read the super chat. Chad Lipscomb says, "I struggle with keeping momentum up on habits. I don't let myself eat breakfast until I meditate. Maybe try it. I try yeah, try to I'm trying to and I definitely need to develop some better habits. And it's hard for me to keep good habits necessarily because I travel so much. I'm on the road so much, and it's very hard to keep any sort of real schedule while I'm on the road. Adam does a good job of it. He really got it down to science for himself, but I have a different lifestyle than Adam, so I find it harder because I try to film more when I'm out. So I try to really pack my days. Trisha Mortensen, thank you for the great videos. Carpetbagger. Well, thank you, Trisha, for the super chat. Now we've been having some interference here. I've read the super chats out. If if for whatever reason like it cut it out or something and you didn't hear me read the super chat, just let me know and I'll read it again. Adam stays in one location when he gets the most. Adam or deliveries. I have a much more spastic, frantic pace. It's a different, just different styles, different personalities. Melissa says it keeps buffering. I do recommend. I think it does help on your end to try, Xing out the app and going back in, or if you're watching from a web browser, restart the web browser. Because sometimes I think even if the problems are on my end, I think they can kind of stick with you. So yeah, feel free to restart the app, restart the website. I know, it's a pain. Paranormal Freak says, "Can you do a bunker tour sometime?" I've done a few bunker tours. I just try to wait till there's more to show. Did I get a new hat yet? No. I'm still wearing. What I did with my hat though is like I kind of tried to like sterilize it by leaving it out in the sun and kind of letting the sun like bake it. I turned it like upside down and popped the rim out and left that in the sun. So it's interesting. When you go back and look when I first started wearing the hat, it was a completely different color. It was like dark brown. Now it's been bleached a much lighter color. Fearsome Rider says, "Any of the haunts given a reason for no filming?" I feel like with some haunts, like it's just always been the rule. Like I've heard, some people mention like, oh, you can't film in a haunt because that gives away the secrets or the scares. I think that's just a traditional way of thinking. I'm not gonna say antiquated or old, but like a traditional way of thinking. I don't know if that has much weight anymore. I feel personally, and it's just my opinion. I don't own a haunted house. I don't run a haunted house. So only when you put that money into the haunted house, you get to make the decision if you want people filming in it. But I feel like it helps. I know that when my friend was Tristan was manager of Mysterious Mansion, he he allowed me to film. The previous manager would not, and Tristan told me that people would come up to the haunted house and specifically mention that they had seen it in my video. So I think it helps, and I don't want to mischaracterize things here. A lot of haunted house owners are open to filming. I know a lot. It does seem that a lot of times they do want you to have some credibility. Like most haunts do not allow filming still. To get permission, a lot of them either already know who I am or need to watch some videos and see what I'm all about. It's definitely okay to be protective over your own vision, your own creation. I don't have the new Frankenstein Moldomatic at Universal Studios Florida. Is it different than the one they had last year? Ever been to a haunted house? I didn't make it all the way through. Yes. I used to be terrified of haunted houses, though. Jennifer asks, "How is my daughter?" Anna is doing great. She is back at school now. She had COVID symptoms for about 24 hours, and then got to feeling really better. But the guidelines were that she had to quarantine. George Lacrosse says, "Now that you've ridden Playland's Flying Witch Dark Ride, will you compare it to the Barry Knoble's Haunted Mansion?" Oh, it's very good, but I would put Knoebels ahead of that. Knoebels Haunted Mansion receives a lot of love, a lot of tender, loving care. Drew, the caretaker of the house, adds things, changes things, but he still maintains like that feel. Lynn Migdale says, "Feel like Flying Witch and Knoebels, apples and oranges." Very different. Ryan says the Moldomatic just had a Frankenstein. Hold on, I think I have that one. Let's see if I can find a Frankenstein head here somewhere. Yes. I have the Frankenstein head mold. My name is Frankenstein. It's my actual name. It's not the doctor's name. The doctor's name is Dracula. I love the different dark rides. Like I do see Flying Witch being a different style of dark ride as Knoebels. Go Frankenstein, no like. Live stream is turning into a house of horrors. Frankenstein, no like. Bad connections. Fighting with Mother Nature. I could try to put this on the house internet. Let me try to put this on the house internet and see if it's a little better. All right, so I've switched. I have switched to Wi-Fi, the house Wi-Fi, which itself is spotty, but we'll see if it does any better than. Oh, someone's saying it's a little better already. Okay. Good. Good. Is everyone else much better? Okay, good. Good. Maybe we actually fixed the problem. Usually my cell service is better than my home internet, but I guess not when it's raining. I'll write that down. Anyway, Frankenstein, no like when people say name not Frankenstein. You strip me of not only my family, but of my Jewish heritage. No name. Thank you for the super chat. It says Joe Dirt needs a friend. So it's supposed to buy $2 friend. Ryan Nodal says should have seen NWA 73. It was great to see pro wrestling, the Chase Hotel in St. Louis, the first event in over 40 years. Ronnie Mung, are we saying this is buffering again? No. No! I'm trying. Oh, this is from Busch Gardens. It says on the back. Got this. I must have got this made at Busch Gardens. Durr, obviously. Every time I bring up Frankenstein, it buffers. My name is pronounced Frankenstein. Ah, no like Mandela effect. Sci-fi nuts. I've ever gone on a cruise. Never been on a cruise. The idea, I mean, I'm willing to try it. Just the idea is not overly appealing to me. Prince of Texas, Jacob, come and see the Pecos, Texas Western Museum. And thank you for all your videos. Well, thank you. Ooh. Garrett Moran says, I've been a scare actor for Fright Nights in Vancouver since 2011. Can say from experience that I'd love to see the videos of haunted houses I've worked on that no longer exist. Yes, and that's something I wish people would realize. When when you don't allow anyone to film, then there's no record of the haunt ever existing. So when it inevitably goes away, people can't have those videos to look back on. And that makes Frankenstein sad. Spook says, have you ever met Ben M? Who's Ben M? Amanda Blick says, Kennywood is revamping their Halloween season. Are you planning on coming to visit Phantom Fall Fest? What is... what are they doing new this year, I wonder? Zach, I've not been there before, but I've been interested in checking it out. Zachary Sherrill says the new camera on your coaster videos a little too loud compared to their footage. Okay, turn it down. It's all good. Well, that may be my fault because it records quieter, and then I turn it up. Maybe I turn it up a little too high. Will I be going to Halloween weekends at Cedar Point? I don't think so. Ryan says, as Adam says, it's great to film things for posterity. Yes, it's great to film things because most things, in fact, everything is someday not going to be there. Okay, we're not going to talk about politics in here. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Kennywood is doing so many new things. Visit me in the Voodoo Bayou. Amanda, are you working? Do you work at Kennywood? Just wondering. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. It says something indistinguishable. Oh, okay. I was looking at this thing. I was wondering, why does Frankenstein have this weird thing on the back of his head? This is actually a bank. A couple of Little-Ramas have this feature. You can have a little thing you can cut out there or poke out, and it supposedly turns into a bank. Can't put very much money in that. And the only way to get it out is to crush his head. So I probably won't be putting money inside Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein. Rawr. Spooked. What Ben were you talking about? Southern Pro Wrestling. So what are your go-to restaurants change while traveling? I'm so sick of like the standard like set of fast food restaurants because I've eaten too much. So I've been trying to eat like chains that aren't everywhere. Chipotle has been one of my go tos recently. Paranormal Freak says, "Why don't you like politics in your chat?" Just wondering. Because this channel just isn't really about politics. I think there's plenty of places to go on YouTube or the internet if you want to talk about politics or argue. And, we're here to talk about fun stuff and things we enjoy. And politics just makes people angry. I mean, I follow politics, I have my own opinions, but I don't feel the need to subject you guys to them. John from Expiration Known. How you doing, buddy? Me and John hung out a few days ago. We didn't film anything. We just hung out because it just been too long. We haven't really got a chance to hang out since the beginning of the pandemic. And so we just agreed, forget filming, forget going through a dirty abandoned building. we're just gonna we're just gonna hang out and chill and chat and talk. And I don't do that very often. I don't like just sit down and chat. I don't sit down very often. Edward Turner says, if someone gave you the money to build a high-end dark ride, what would your theme be? I would do cryptids, I think. Pittsburgh History Museums. No, I don't think so, Spooked. There's a good, I've heard good things about the Franklin Institute in Pittsburgh, but it was closed last time I was there. So 323 people, so people are in here. I'm worried like people were gonna abandon the stream because we're having crappy reception. That's how RNK ruined his following. I don't know who RNK is. Amanda Blick says, I am Supervisor Kennywood for the Voodoo Bayou Haunt. Come visit us. Now, I couldn't find this anywhere. I couldn't find any good information on this, Amanda, but I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do they allow people, would it be okay to film in the haunts? Is Kennywood okay with that? And if not, is there someone I should try to get in touch with to get permission? If I were to theoretically go to Kennywood? Yeah, John, it's nice to just chill once in a while. Cryptid themed Rainforest Cafe restaurant. That's a great idea. I would definitely eat there. Modern museums. Whew. Can't film at the Modern Museum, and really you might not want to because it's very disturbing. It's very intense. Modern Museum was probably the most intense. Like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe what I'm actually looking at here. This is like not even fun. I mean, it's very educational. Fun might be stressing things. Okay, so cool. So haunting. So I'm not. If I just showed up and started filming at Kennywood, then that might be okay. That'd be cool. I wouldn't get yelled at. Okay, I'll admit it. I'm thinking about coming to Kennywood. I'm thinking about coming to Kennywood for Halloween time. Bottles and Ice says Canada loves the Carpetbagger. Not all of Canada loves the Carpetbagger. Matt Thomas, thank you for the super chat. Ryan says, do you wish you could have filmed the Psychiatry Museum of Death? Yeah, well, absolutely. I wish I could have filmed both the Scientology museums. Susan Cox, yes. I have watched the Bob Ross documentary on Netflix. Joseph Kilpatrick said, you're planning a Netherworld trip this year. I don't think I'll be going back to Netherworld. I heard a rumor that they're going to be adding something in 2022. So I know that's a long way off. But, yeah. So if I theoretically was going to Kennywood, it would theoretically be maybe the 23rd of October, but I'm not sure. Don't write that down. Sapphire Nut says I thought that Bob Ross documentary was very depressing. It was very depressing. Judy Davenport, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems. I mean, I'm just adding my 2 cents. A lot of times, documentary. Um, there's you don't get the full story. You get the story of the people that are interviewed. Um, but you definitely would get the feeling that Bob Ross would want his family taken care of, and that wasn't, it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe they should. They really didn't. It sounds like the uncle. They didn't really talk a lot about the uncle that sold the rights. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm guessing that. Yeah, maybe he got some money. Don Smith says, when you go to amusement parks, do you only ride the rides you film, or do you ride more off screen? I usually film most of it. What's in front of me to the right? Joe Dirt, Dracula, and the Wolf are all looking at it. It's my cabinet of curiosities over there. Richard Hawkins, thank you for the super chats. Hello, funniest thing ever when you went into that hotel room and someone else was in the bed. Love to react. Well, thank you. What's on the ceiling behind my head? Oh, that's new. That's a promotional poster for Funtown Mountain. I've been moving stuff. I'm running out of wall space, so we've moved on to the ceiling for posters and pennants. Ryan says, I know everyone here agrees that Bob Ross himself just wanted to be an artist to teach people, not to be a businessman. Yeah, I think a lot of creative people are like that. And it's not always a bad thing. Um, like Walt Disney, Walt Disney wanted to create. He had these great ideas, and he had his brother Roy that was kind of, the more logical, the more business minded, that kind of, I don't know if we want to say reined Walt in, but he helped add more of a business mind to things. T from Cleveland says we won't be Roy shaming. I'm not no shame for Roy. Roy made sure that I think Roy's pretty important in making sure that Disney World happened. Ryan says Jim Henson was like that. Who did Jim Henson have did he have a business person? I don't. I probably would be better if I did. But then I might get Bob Ross, and my business partners would, screw my family and sell my image to be turned into Halloween costumes and carnival prizes. Ken Rod's coffee break says it was funny that you met a human possum at HorrorCon. Yeah, I always loved the possum costume. Stephen Flippo says, "Am I back from New York?" No, I'm not. Well, technically, I am in this timeline. Um, yeah, I have a bunch more videos are coming from that New York trip. I think you guys will really like them. I did have a definite focus on amusement parks. Play with Daisy says, "Do you ever get exhausted from traveling and filming?" Absolutely, absolutely. I'm 40 years old. It does catch up with me sometimes. Well, my trip's coming up. There's gonna be some New Hampshire in there, and some more New York, and there's some cool amusement parks. Zachary Sherrill says, "I regret that I was too scared to ride Space Mountain when I was 5. I shut my eyes through the majority of Haunted Mansion 2." Same thing. First time I went to Disney, I had my eyes closed entirely through Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, which would later turn into a huge inspirations to me. Let's just go through the marketing department. Okay, I will. I'll send an email. I'll send an email to Kenny Wood to see if it's okay if I film. Chris says, "Do you think you'd go back to the Grave Face Museum?" I love the Grave Face Museum. Definitely want to go back and check out any new exhibits or whatnot. Ryan says, "Last Bob Ross remark, you definitely need to visit the former studio he was filmed out of in Muncie, Indiana. They made his studio set up an attraction." Yeah, I wonder, like, I was thinking about it, but now I feel weird. I feel weird that, like, how his image has been used. Spooks is watching one of the scariest movies of all time. It's called Hereditary. I've heard of that. Barbara H says 400 in chat and only 64 likes. I'm seeing 169 likes. I don't know what you're looking at. Maybe that's screwed up because of the weather. Braxton Fox, thank you for the super chat. Says you should come to Wabash, Indiana. Huge fan, by the way. Is someone bad mouthing Disney? Because he says Disney's for children. I disagree. I disagree strongly. Are we going to cover Halloween Horror Nights this year? I'm going to try. Lynn McDowell says there's a Bob Ross stuffed doll. There's a Bob Ross everything. They've really plastered his image on everything. Not been to Busch Gardens in Williamsburg. T from Cleveland has a good point. Children can't afford Disney. No, the whole point of Disney parks was that they were for everyone, not for just children. Walt came up with the idea because his daughters would ride the carousel and he'd sit on a bench and watch them. And he said, "You know what? I should be sitting here watching my daughters have fun. I should be having fun with them, experiencing the same things that they're experiencing." Sci-Fi Nut says, "Did I ever get to go on the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride in Magic Kingdom?" I did. That was actually like my favorite ride the first time I went. And I was really surprised when I went back because I went to Disney as like when I was in first grade, and I didn't go back again until I was in my 20s. And I was like, "It's gone? You mean it's not there anymore?" I couldn't believe it. I thought it was one of the best things in the park. I couldn't believe they got rid of it. No names that have issues with the people currently running Disney. I mean, sure. I mean, you can find issues with disagreeing with certain things, but I still love Disney. Not ashamed to admit it. Gregory says Jacob is traveling around and going to see all these cool things you go to. Is it just as fun as it used to be before it came to your job? It's still fun. It's still a lot of fun. Um, Certainly, like it puts pressure on when it's your job. It puts pressure on it when your mortgage is dependent on it. It puts pressure on to do more, to do better. Dolphin Chair says, "I am an artist and I would love to do some fan art. Where should I send it to? Is there a specific email I should send some to?" My email should be in the description of any video. Random dude says, "Jacob, how can I send you a small vector graphic you may find useful for your future videos, especially Halloween season?" I'm curious what you mean by that. Yeah, I'm not going to sell the rights to my name. So we have 356 people in the chat. Netflix recommendations. I watched something on Netflix. Watch the Bob Ross thing. I don't think I watched anything else recently on Netflix specifically. Listen, guys, I can understand. Some people don't like Disney World. That's fine. I don't get the idea of shaming other people for what they enjoy. I think that's like really useless and rotten. Like, don't enjoy what you enjoy because I don't enjoy it. And what is that? Robert Newberry says the new American Horror Stories. I saw that, and I'm gonna actually watch it probably tonight after this live stream. Zachary Sherrill says trolls equal shaming. Yeah, that's something that certain people do. They just like to. I would say they find joy in crapping on other people, but I don't know if they really enjoy it. I don't think people that do that even know what joy is. Well, Cody, I'm not calling you out or pointing you out. I just saw some discussion going on in the chat. It's just Ryan says another thing that's annoying is when people ask why you enjoy something. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy something, you enjoy something. There really is no why behind it, right? Paranormal Freezes. What's it like to hang out with Boogie2998? Boogie's super cool. Enjoy hanging out with Boogie. What time am I ending the stream? We usually do about 2 hours on here. We've been on about 45 minutes. Wendy asks how often I get recognized. Usually, if I go to like an amusement park, usually I get recognized. Matt Lucas says, "Hey Jacob, did you visit Lake George, New York again? I'm Facebook friends with Lake George Family Truckster. Well, there may be something coming up that you'll enjoy." Jason Kirk says, "I want you to get 1 million followers." Well, right now I have 400,000, which is not even half. Not even half a million. Tiffany Watt, thank you for the super chat. So it took me 8 years to get to 400,000. So maybe another 10 years, I'll get to a million. I don't know. I think YouTube does work where I think you grow faster once you get to certain points. I think. I don't really know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I could be wrong, but I think that you do better once you do good, you start to do better. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. Diane Ramsky, thank you for the super chat. Says heading to House on the Rock and crashing at Don Q's this weekend. Your videos on those places inspire me to do this. Live in Wisconsin, never been. Awesome. Well, thank you for the super chat. I think you're going to enjoy yourself. Both are really cool locations, especially House on the Rock, because there's nothing else like it. I think Rob Zombie's Monsters movie will be a good movie. I don't know. Is it going to be like super like R-rated or something? Is Herman Munster going to freaking disembowel somebody? I don't know if Rob Zombie. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's going to be different. All of his other movies are very graphic, very intense. Go on a slingshot ride and I'll get 1 billion subscribers. Not worth it. Monsters will be horrible. Trey Kears says, would you be willing to go back to a Mega Mart with MatPat and Food Theory and try and figure out the secret story? I'd definitely be willing to go back to a Mega Mart anytime. Most of them said is a new Halloween intro in the works. No, I think we're gonna keep the class. I love the Halloween intro so much that I'm just gonna use it every year. Blaine Washington says, would you go on a Bigfoot expedition or hunting? Well, I don't want to hunt Bigfoot because I don't want to kill him. My shirt actually says Expedition Bigfoot. What part of the country am I from? I was born in the city of Milwaukee. I grew up in between Milwaukee and northern Indiana. Cody says the UK does Halloween for about 2 weeks before the night, even though it originated in Ireland. Yeah, I've heard from other people outside of the US that the US really goes all out for Halloween. Apparently, other European countries do celebrate it, but it's not to the extent that Americans do. Dr. H, thank you for the super chat. Says looking forward to seeing your upcoming haunt videos to face your arch nemesis compressed air. This season is truly one of the best times of the year. I love it. I love Halloween. I love the Halloween season. So much like creativity comes out. Did you ever get the Halloween mold around 24? Different places he'll have the Halloween molds. Like I have this Frankenstein I was showing earlier. There's also like a devil, and I'm trying to think. There's a couple other Halloween ones. There's Ghost, I think. Monstrosity says, "Would you ever plan to write a book about your travels, your life?" I don't know. In a way, I feel like I'm writing it as I go. I feel like the videos are pretty strong documentation of my travels. For those of you wondering, Annabelle is feeling better. She is back to school. It was scary. She wasn't feeling sick for very long. She was sick for about a day, and she wasn't very sick, but it's still really scary. And of course, I just want to say, please get vaccinated. I'm not here to shame anyone or to say I'm better or smarter than anyone, but I want you guys to get vaccinated because I don't want to hear that something bad happened to you guys. I want you to be here alive on this planet. And I think it's really sad when people die from something that can be prevented. Ryan says Tim Hollis, I bet, has definitely been an inspiration. Tim Hollis is one of the he's like a living encyclopedia when it comes to roadside attractions. Blaine Washington, thank you for the super chat. And Cody said no politics, and I hope he wasn't talking to me because there's nothing political about getting a vaccination. Sci-Fi Nut says, waiting for FDA full approval. Got my first last week. Awesome. Glad to hear it. I was hoping that would encourage I was hoping that would encourage more people to get it. Which vaccine did I get? I got the Pfizer vaccine. I think now Pfizer is the only one that I think that has FDA approval, but Moderna is the best against the Delta variant. Is the most. So, if I hadn't already got my vaccine, I would probably try to get Moderna. But Pfizer's pretty good too. I don't know what that Johnson Johnson stuff. No, it is people's choice. I can't make that choice for somebody. I can't run to your house and stick a needle in you. I'd probably get arrested. But I have somewhat of a platform here. I've got 400,000 subscribers. I'm not trying to alienate anyone. I'm just saying I would like you guys to get vaccinated because I don't want you to die. That would make me really sad. If I came in here and I heard someone died from COVID because they didn't get the vaccine, I would hate that. So please, that's my suggestion. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to anything I say. You don't need to do what I say. I'm not a doctor. I'm just an idiot with a YouTube channel. But I think if you did the research on your own and you got the research from good sources, I think you would make the same choice. Karen Vamp, thank you for the super chat. Okay, no politics, guys. Please don't. Any new Moldoramas this year? I don't know. I don't know if there's such thing as yeah. I mean, there's such thing as new Moldoramas, but I've not heard of any new ones. Henny, #1 fan, says I have COVID already and could not get rid of it. Bad effects. I have lupus, so my immune system overreacts. The doctor said no vaccine. So yeah, I mean, you got to think about people too that can't get the vaccine because of their health. So it really benefits like people that for whatever reason cannot medically get the vaccine. If as many people as possible got got the vaccine. American Horrorplex, thank you for the super chat. Favorite Kentucky food? I think of fried chicken. I think of Kentucky. Am I missing anything? Oh, what is the official food of Kentucky? Burgoo. I've never had burgoo, but I want to try some burgoo. Any news on Ghost Town? No, I really haven't been following it either. What is burgoo? It's like I'm not sure. It's like some sort of stew. Some sort of meaty stew. Gregory says, I've ever thought about doing a video at the Center for Puppetry Arts. I have. And in fact, I've done 2 videos at the Center for Puppetry Arts. Do I collect horror memorabilia? Not specifically. I don't really collect anything specifically. I collect Moldoramas. That's the main thing that I actually collect. But, mostly I just collect things that I think are cool. Not seen the show Heels. Chris Lowry says burgoo is stew that usually contains mutton. Try Moonlight Barbecue in Owensboro, Kentucky. I think that's been recommended to me before. That same restaurant. Owensburg, Burg. Do I store my mold wrong? No, I just have them on the shelf over here. Laura Matheson says, did you enjoy Top Downloads Monster Museum? I'll be in Vegas in a couple weeks. I'm wondering if it's worth a stop. Definitely worth the stop. I do have orange soda. I have a whole fridge full of orange soda. Have I heard of the reopening of Guntown Mountain? I have. The gentleman that bought it actually contacted me like a week after he bought it. He was interested in having me come up and film when things were together. So yeah, I heard about that. I'm excited. He says he really wants to get the chairlift working, which would be really cool. Robert Newberry says Fanta or Sunkiss. Now, I like Fanta a lot, but the thing about Sunkiss is the diet Sunkiss is really good. See, look at this. Oh, yeah. Which one should we go with? Let's go with this. Yeah, you're going to see Guntown opening up probably sooner than Ghost Town. Siphon Nuts, is you excited about the new Universal Park being built? No, I really don't know anything about it. Sorry. Do I have long sleeve tees? No, I don't wear long sleeve tees. I wear short sleeve tees. Wendy Zavaleta, thank you for the super chat. Says keep doing what you do. I will continue. Keep doing whatever it is that I do. Gooey Glowcat says, hi there. I just want to say thanks for stopping at our booth at CreepyCon Knox Video. That was literally my highlight of the con. Well, thank you. I loved your booth. They had a bunch of cool old VHS tapes, and they sold old VCRs, and they had a Betamax, and actually had some other old stuff. They had a My Pet Monster toy, which was a toy that I had when I was a little kid. Anyone else remember My Pet Monster? Heavenly Star says, when are you going on another trip? It's always funny when people ask me that because it's like, I don't know. It seems like I'm always getting ready. I'm always simultaneously getting home and getting ready for my next trip. Wash, rinse, repeat. Ryan says, will we see more Stitches this haunted season? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Stitches and the Dead City Collective have, they're going to be at certain haunts on certain weekends. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to be in any of the same haunts at the same time. But last year, a lot of the haunts, I went to a couple haunts in Virginia. I went to haunts in Alabama, and those were all Stitches had reached out to them. So he has helped me get into haunts before in the past. Talking about Fresca, I love Fresca. Screaming Mo says, "Do you ever get burned out in travel or a place you'll never go back to?" Yes and yes. I mean, I'm human. Yeah, I really love the Sunkissed Orange. I think it's one of the best. I think it's the best diet orange soda. And I try not to drink soda anymore. But a lot of times, if they do have orange Fanta on the menu, that's usually when I splurge. You see, abandoned yard sale burned down. Squirt. What is? I know I've drank Squirt before. Is that like a grapefruit? Yes, Frankenstein loves Sunkiss. Nothing rhymes with orange, just like nothing rhymes with Frankenstein. I've had a bad experience with an employee in an amusement park. I mean, I've gotten annoyed at people before, but you know, I think it's a responsibility to not like call people out. I mean, if something is very egregious, I might call it out. I had a lot of trouble with the just in short, I bought a ticket for season pass for Six Flags online, and like it was mind numbing trying to get 'cause I bought it online, but they said that they tried to say I couldn't use my season pass until I went to the park that I bought it from, which I guess is the park I bought it from was technically, I guess, the one in Georgia, because that's the one I go to more than any others. So I guess they sent me an email. I just considered it to be an email from Six Flags in general. I purchased that, and I got really frustrated at the park because I just wanted to cash in. But it was a pass to go to all the parks, but you had to go to a certain park first to activate it in person physically. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I got really irritated about that. Listen, guys, let's stop. Please stop with the politics. I don't want to have to block people. Just let's stop, okay? Jim fans, are you really scared of roller coasters? Yes, absolutely terrified of roller coasters. People asking if I say hi to Benji. He's 7 years old and my biggest fan. Well, thank you. Did I confirm that I have a shower? No, I'm not sure. Not sure what's above that room. Edward Turner, thank you for the super chat. Says thoughts on a standalone, free admission, high tech dark ride near Disney World. The theme would be evangelism, where a car crash takes the rider to heaven and a roller coaster to hell. Free Bibles offered at the ride's end. That sounds amazing. I know that. Thank you for the super chat, and I know that I would be there on opening day. Oh yeah. Fearsome Riders. So Six Flags changed their season pass pricing and benefit structure. So here's what I understand, and it's really frustrating. So now, when you get a season pass, it does not include other parks. In order to get the other parks, you have to pay their monthly subscription service, which really is fine, I guess, because I think it's like about the same price. It's really not very expensive, but I don't know why I have to make monthly payments. I'd rather just pay for it, you know? Um, right, yes, I did see that Holy Land had closed down. Bob Zagalis is actually possible to pay off all the monthly payments at once. Maybe I would do that. I don't know why. It's obviously they're trying to divert people into the subscription service. I'm not sure why. I don't know. Six Flags doesn't do a lot to make things very like they're confused. Their system's confusing, and I don't know why. No name. Thank you for the super chat. Supposedly the Yukon Striker roller coaster at Canada's Wonderland has a 90-degree drop. Now some roller coasters actually have a more than 90-degree drop. I know there's one at Dollywood. The Mystery Mine has a more. What that means is instead of going straight down, you actually like go in a little bit. Regina Deal says, I try to never miss your videos or lives. Really enjoy your videos. Could you hi to my sister? She likes your videos. Her name is Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. I try not to crap on Six Flags. Six Flags. I think the Six Flags are kind of inconsistent. I think part of the problem. See, Six Flags, it's complicated because there is a overarching company that is in charge of them, but I feel like that the um the parks are run pretty independently of each other at the same time. I would go to Johnny Appleseed Festival. It just doesn't look like I'm going to be free at that point in time. And you're like just the at a philosophical level, I have different. Six Flags. Traditionally, they've bought. I think there's only two parks that were originally made by Six Flags, and that's over Texas and Georgia. All the other Six Flag parks were independent theme parks at one point. They were made by different companies or were independent, and Six Flags scoops them up. And I don't like their focus is on big, scary roller coasters. And I think they take over a park, they build a bunch of roller coasters, and they don't really put a lot of care into theming or preserving the old park. So I always love when you see remnants or unique things left over in the Six Flags rides. All right, I have to ask people, please do not spam the chat. Please do not just repeat the same thing over again. It's highly annoying. And there's definitely different levels of Six Flags. There's different levels of how much they've preserved in individual parks. Six Flags was the third original. Okay, so there was three original. I didn't know that St. Louis was originally. Oh yeah, because it was called Six Flags over Mid America. I think was the original name. Funny thing about Six Flags St. Louis, it is absolutely not in St. Louis. It's 30 miles away from St. Louis. No name. Thank you for the super chat. So speaking of Six Flags, if you want a documentary to watch, Jake Williams just released Closed for Storm. Talks about one in New Orleans. What platform is that available on? Closed for Storm on all platforms, like Netflix, Hulu, OnlyFans. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to even say that. I don't think. Some of the Six Flags have some of their theming left. It just depends. Closer Storm is on YouTube. Okay. Maybe I'll check it out. Kenneth Palm says it will be culturally acceptable in October. No, actually, apparently they're going back. They changed their mind. They reacted to the backlash by saying that they're not going to change anything. Ryan says, "Tell me you like the dancing on Mad marketing campaign." When I was a kid, it really creeped me out. To be honest with you. Bob Zagala says, "A Great Escape has the desiccated husk of what used to be a cool park to lingering." Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. No spoilers, but stay tuned. Alice for Gawaki, thank you for the super chat and the little trumpet playing lemon. Six Flags Lake George got rid of their dark rides. Yeah, like, I don't know. Six Flags gets rid of a lot of dark rides. But supposedly next year, Six Flags Over Texas is going to add a new dark ride. So that'll be cool. The best dark ride that I've found in any Six Flags park is in Six Flags Over Georgia. They have the Monster Mansion. It's great. It's great. It's great. You guys would love it. Dark Ride in Texas is apparently a carbon copy of the one in Fiesta, Texas. That's what I was worried about. Okay, maybe I won't get as excited about it. Not that that's not a good one, but the Joker roller coaster. Oh man, I'm never gonna ride the Joker. Cactus Rider says, "What park rethemed their dark ride as Garfield and brought it back?" Yeah, that's Kennywood. Melissa says the dancing Six Flag man was actually a woman. I heard that the identity of the person that played the Six Flags guy is no one knows, that it's actually a mystery. Ron Ackerman says Cedar Point used to have 2 dark rides. Now, I have to give Cedar Point some credit because they did add a cool animatronic boat ride this year, which was a very welcomed addition, at least as far as I can say. Danny Thiessen? So a couple people said it was someone's named Danny Thiessen. DB Design says, I hate that Six Flags puts the exact same rides at multi-parks. I mean, the truth is that Six Flags is probably meant for locals. Like, they probably figure that most people aren't going to go to multiple Six Flags. So I don't think they care. They just make duplicates. What's really interesting, though, is that they name the ride. They give the same names to completely different rides. Like the Goliath in Georgia is a big steel coaster, and in Illinois it's a wooden coaster, and yeah, same names of different rides and different names of the same ride. Yeah, and the Joker coaster is the Joker is a roller coaster in Illinois, and in Texas it's a like a spinning flat ride. So yeah, really confusing. Like I said, that some of the rides, different names for the same ride. Daniel C says Space Mountain considered a dark ride. I do not consider Space Mountain a dark ride. It is a indoor roller coaster. I mean, would anyone in here? I mean, just is there anyone that has a different opinion? Does anyone think that Space Mountain counts as a dark ride? Because the 2 bits of theming is, you know, they have the astronauts that don't even move, and then at the beginning, which is more theming, and then they have the tunnels. Yeah, it seems a lot of people agree to me that Space Mountain is not a dark ride. That's why I think maybe the dark ride is kind of not the best term. I even like. Here's one. Does anyone consider Jungle Cruise to be a dark ride. Hybrid? What would you call it? A hybrid dark ride boat ride? Bob Zagala says Walt Disney World Jungle Cruise is Disneyland, isn't it? Is that because Walt Disney World you actually go in a cave? Yeah, most people agree that. David Sanford says, but Fire in a Hole maybe is a dark ride more than a coaster. Same with Black Diamond. Yeah, I mean I'd say they're hybrid dark ride roller coasters. It's funny because Jungle Cruise has pretty much all the aspects of a dark ride, except that it's outdoors. But Bob Ziggle says the cave technically turns Jungle Cruise into a dark ride in Florida. Monstrosity says, how about an underwater dark ride? I think you can have an underwater dark ride. I think 20,000 Leagues could be considered a dark ride. I'm holding out judgment on the Jungle Cruise. I want to see it myself. C. Snides, what about Mummy, Hollywood? I'd say that was another. I think you could consider the Mummy a hybrid roller coaster dark ride because there's so much theming. Joseph Kilpatrick says Meow Wolf dark ride would be cool. Well, there is a Meow Wolf dark ride at Illich Gardens in Denver. If I ever met Dolly Parton in person, I wouldn't say I met her, but I was probably about 7 feet away from her when she lit the Christmas tree. Is Tower of Terror a dark ride? That's a good one. Playing Stump. Is it a dark ride? Little game. I would almost say that Tower of Terror qualifies because you do go through that little dark ride area before the drop. So I think just barely I would count Tower of Terror as a dark ride. I think. Am I off base? What do you guys think? Is Tower of Terror a dark ride? It's definitely a drop tower. Eight Lipster says some state fairgrounds have permanent dark rides. I know this. Iowa Fairground has a dark ride called the Ye Old Mill. I'm gonna write that down because I actually did know. And I'll start a new list here. State fairs with dark rides. With permanent dark rides. State fairs with dark rides. I'm gonna, because I know, so we say Iowa has them. I think Kansas, Minnesota, and Texas. Jason Jones is a former cast driver. I wouldn't consider a dark ride. So you're saying no, Tower of Terror not a dark ride. Bob Zagala says the Dark Rider Ghost Train is an indoor amusement park which passengers aboard guided vehicles travel through specifically lighted scenes. But doesn't the Tower of Terror travel through? Because, okay, you get in, you go up, and then you go forward, and you go through this little area. That's what I'm saying would technically make it the dark ride. I would admit, like someone who saying, "Well, it's not really a dark ride." I can understand that. I think with the technicality, if we're using that definition that Bob said, that it would fit. It would fit. We're talking about specifically lighted scenes. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, absolutely 100% dark ride. So okay, so I think Bob is the answer here. Tower Terror is partially a dark ride, partially a free fall tower. It's a hybrid. So hybrid, dark ride, free fall tower. A lot of stuff, you would just say maybe it has dark ride elements. Like, if there's just like a little animatronic or like a little something, you would say maybe it's a roller coaster with dark ride elements. Like I would call what is it? Oh, the Exterminator at Kennywood. I would call that a roller coaster with dark ride elements. Cody Berry says, "Wouldn't Big Thunder Mountain be considered a dark ride by that definition?" Um, I would say that it's a dark ride elements. Splash Mountain, I would say Splash Mountain's definitely a dark ride. But it's a log flume dark ride hybrid. Let's go there. Okay, so if we have to include what I'd say, yes, it definitely falls into the Venn diagram of what a dark ride is, but it's also a log flume. Does anyone know? Okay, so I've got the state fair with dark rides. I have Iowa, Kansas, Minnesota, and Texas. Yeah, it looks like the Ratatouille ride is almost not a dark ride. Daniel C says, "What about the ride in Epcot Center?" They have more than one ride. Did I write Kazas? Yeah, I did. Put an N in there. My spelling's not great. My handwriting's not good, and I leave out letters. Feel about screens on rides. Don't like them. With a few exceptions. Okay, I don't want to be that harsh. I tend to not like screens on rides. I think an example of screens working very well is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway. Jay Rams, I see why you stopped one of your rider. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad is definitely a good use of projectors, I'd say. Brookie Bud says, "Wow, ignoring my crack request. I know you're wearing this. I didn't see your crack request." Richard Castor says, "I wish Sally Court made dark rides with less cardboard type props and scenes." I think what the issue there is Sally Corp has made some amazing dark rides, but I think that they make the dark rides, they make the dark rides to the standards that the park wants the dark ride. So if a park's not wanting to spend a lot on a dark ride, then it becomes less expensive. because Sally makes some really great dark rides. Bob Ziegler says they get what they pay for. Yes, exactly. Show us the Crocs. I don't have any Crocs in here. I'm not wearing any Crocs right now because I don't wear shoes in the house. Daryl says, "Hey Jacob, still from Fayetteville, North Carolina. It was great to finally meet you in person. The other Saturday at CreepyCon. Would love for you to show you the 3 fruit Fiji mermaids you said you had. Okay, you guys want to see my Fiji mermaids? I have 3. Oh, this is a special request to see my Fiji mermaids. You guys see that? Actually, Terry Evanswood gave me this lighting system. I think I showed this in a video, but the lighting on the inside now, and it's motion sensors, and it lights up when I come up. So let's start down here. You see that little Fiji mermaid in the bell jar there? That's the first one I ever got. I was broke, but I really wanted a Fiji mermaid. My mom had actually got me gift certificates for Amazon. Not Amazon, eBay. And I bought it off eBay. Yeah, I got the monkey's paw there. And then I bought this mermaid from the Dusty Tentacle. It's an Etsy shop that makes a lot of sideshow gaffs. And this one here is made by Juan Cabana. He actually made Fiji mermaids for the Weekly World News, as well as for that fake documentary on Discovery Channel about mermaids. So those are my 3 Fiji mermaids. I got this one that I bought at Spooky Empire too, which I think is cool. That's a baby kraken there. And there's a crayfish. So there was a little quick Fiji Dusty Tentacle. Yeah, it's like the lighting, it's like a sticker. Ryan, never got a chance to ride Horizons. I did do Harry Potter's Forbidden Journey, Lisa Mack. Trying to think. There's 2 Harry Potter rides. I think I got them. There's one that's like a roller coaster that like stops and has some projections in it. And then there's one where you're like hanging and swinging. Is there 3 now? Oh, I think maybe there's the Hagrid one. I've not been on that. Universal's really, Universal can be really funny about filming on rides. Cody Berry says, what if you were at a dark ride with the lights on? Would it still be considered a dark ride? Absolutely. I mean, Small World's a dark ride, and it's almost completely illuminated. Blaine Washington says, does Joe Dirt ever scare you when you come down to the bunker? Absolutely. Less and less, but still, yeah. Zach Cashew says, I've been to Santa's Village in New Hampshire. I have. Ever got stuck on a coaster dark ride where it broke down? Yeah, I stuck on Rise of the Resistance. Can we call him Joe Nunamaker? Yes, you may. Or Joe Dirte. Dolphin Chairs has just sent an email of some art. I will let you guys see this. Well, that's pretty cool. Some abstract art there. See my mutton chop. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Bobby Sharks would be too. Am I afraid to cross the border? No, I'm allowed. Contrary to popular belief, I am allowed in Canada. So I will go back at some point. I do want to go back to Niagara Falls. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we can take a trip up to Niagara. Niagara. What happened to the girl that was in the old videos? Are you talking about my daughter? I look rested tonight. I actually am rested, believe it or not. I've been home for over a week, and actually right now I'm home alone because not alone because Anna's here, but she comes and goes. But my wife went on a trip with her best friend, and so they're doing their thing, and I'm just kind of chilling here at the house. And I've really not so it's kind of opposite of how things usually are. Cats are doing good. We took all nine cats to the vet. They're all healthy except Pumpkin has, I guess, pre-diabetes. El Choyo says, how's your drone situation? Pretty good. I got my drone to start working again. I actually filmed with it a little bit, so. Cam Fisher says nobody ever asked about Joe Dirt. Yeah, people actually constantly ask about Joe Dirt, but that's okay. Brookie Bud says, sir, my first day of college today. Do you have any advice? I don't know. Maybe I'm not the best person to ask because I don't know. I used my college degree for 10 years. I'm still paying for it. Still making monthly payments on my college degree that I'm not currently using. I'm not really use my social work degree to make YouTube videos. Do I regret college? Honestly, it's kind of, maybe it's silly to regret college. If I had a time machine, I'd be like, go make videos instead of going to college. Trust me on this. Yeah, but I didn't know. I didn't know what I wanted. When I went to college, I had no idea what I would be. And, Brookie, but that's depressing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be depressing. My advice for college would be just, think about what you want to do. Think about the jobs you want. I would definitely, go to college with a job in mind because, think of it as a way to get a job. Some people say some people I think just feel like everyone needs to go to college. That's not necessarily true. I mean, a lot of people benefit greatly from college. And that's the thing. If I hadn't gone to college, if I hadn't got my social work job, all paths led to me getting here. What's Busch Gardens and Iron Gwazi? I think that's a roller coaster. So yeah, I don't want to tell people not to go to college, but I would say be meaningful about it. Don't just go to college because you think college is the thing to do. I would figure out what, you don't even necessarily have to know exactly what job, but think about what field you want to be in, what things interest you, and really just do what interests you. Don't think that you can't go into what really interests you just because you're not special enough, or I'll never be good enough to do that. I mean, there's different ways. There's different ways. I I'm completely untrained in the job I do. I have no experience with filming, no experience with editing. I mean, experience, yes, but no training. The most training I ever had is I had one film still photography class in college. William Wright says, "Do you sometimes wish you had your old job?" Well, let me tell you a story. Um, when I was a little kid, I had a paper route, and actually, my friend Denny, he had a paper route too, and I went. We would do our paper routes together. We'd help each other. We'd do one paper route, then we'd do the next paper route. And I was helping Denny on his paper route, and this golden retriever came barreling at me, and it bit onto my foot, and I was shaking, trying to get my foot off of it, and I shook it off, and the dog turned around and bit the back of my leg. It split my jeans wide open, tore through my jeans, and it left a big gash on the back of my leg that I still have this day. I still have a big scar on the back of my leg. And I miss that dog more than I miss my old job. Ryan says, I'm 32, so trying to figure out my life, feel ashamed about it. No, I mean, I started a new career. I was, how old was I? It's been 3.5 years. I was 36 before I took this on as a career. It's never too late for a new beginning. Kermit DeFrago, thank you for the super chat. It says hello again. Ralph Hernandez says you should visit Willis Tower. It has some old ROM machines. Yeah, I have those. I've been to the Willis Tower. I did a video years back. It's been a while, but I did a video, and I refuse to call it the Willis Tower. It's still the Sears Tower to me. Dang nabbit. But you've heard the dog story before. Sometimes I tell the story with the jellyfish that stung me when I was a kid. Screaming Mose has just started a blog channel, wanted to travel videos. Any tips? My main tip would be just, don't try to be anyone else. Just try to be yourself and show what you love. Just, do it because you love it. I never thought I would make 1 penny off doing this. And now it's my job. Cash Starter says, one thing I would imagine at CPS is dealing with people fighting through their kids using CPS. Yeah, that absolutely is a major problem. I'm sure it's still a problem. It was a problem when I was there. All right, guys, before it gets too late, let's sit back in our chairs, put our feet to the floor, And breathe in. Kermit DeFrago says when you get donated in the last stream and you don't get recognized. I'm sorry, did I forget to did I forget to mention your super chat? I just read it. I don't know if you saw it. But thank you. So put your feet on the ground. Let's hold our questions. Hold your questions for now. I'll answer some questions after this. Thank you, Matt Riley Productions, for the super chat. And breathe in through your nose. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Wiggle your toes. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bob Zagala, thank you for the super chat. Says, buy yourself a cup of soup. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Wiggle your toes, and don't concentrate on anything except how your toes feel against the floor, against your socks, against the inside of your shoe. Just concentrate on the wiggling of your toes as you breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And just think about the weight of your body resting in your chair. Don't think about anything else. Just focus on your body resting in your chair, the weight of your body against the chair. And breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now just think about the back of your head. Don't think about anything except for the back of your head as you breathe in and out. Breathe in, breathe out. And now just think about your face. Don't think about anything in the world except how your face feels as you breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now, open your eyes and just observe the world around you. Don't think about it too much. Just take it in as you breathe in and out. In and out. But just think about how your feet touch the ground as that spreads out. It connects to the world as you observe the world around you as you breathe in and out. All right, we have 332 people and 332 thumbs up in here at the same time. Pretty cool. All right, now if you guys had any questions, I saw some people had some. I saw a couple of people maybe asking CPS questions. I'll be happy to answer those. Scaff Charts just went to the Camden Aquarium the other day. It was great. Love the hippos. Do you have a favorite animal? I love cats. I have 9 cats, and I love every one of them. Bob Zagal has been doing that chair yoga bit for years. What's chair yoga? Is this chair yoga? My therapist taught me this, and it's she referred to it as mindfulness. I think it's the same thing as meditation. Monstrosity says, when do you usually stream? Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Why is everyone talking about smoking weed all of a sudden? I don't smoke weed. Level Heading says, what about Casa Bonita? I think it looks like the South Park guys are going to buy it. It looks like that process has begun. They did it, says Toby. Yeah, that's what I heard, that they'd begun the process. Screaming emotes, does working with CPS ever change how you felt about having your own children? Well, I already had my own children by the time, and I never had any more after I worked in CPS. The cost of a needed deal is done, people are saying. Dumbest thing I've ever done. Hmm. I could go in a lot of different directions with that. Sure, we've all have a list of very dumb things that we did. One time I thought I heard something dragging under my car, and I pulled over and I was looking under my car, and I reached up and grabbed the tailpipe of my car, and it was very hot. It burned my hand. That sucked. And everyone told me I was stupid. I never thought about it. I never thought are tailpipes hot. Turns out they're really hot. What's my favorite food or restaurant when I travel? Well, I think that's part of traveling is trying out, local foods. Really love Cajun food. I love New England seafood. I'm in New York. I love Jewish delis. Toby and Barnaby says best movie ever: Step Brothers or Walk Hard. Step Brothers. Walk Hard is good, but it doesn't really compare. Remember Frog, it says when I was 6, I turned on a car lighter and planted my thumb right on it. I've stuck my finger in the hole before and not realized that it just zaps you. Don't do it. It feels bad. GF Piper says, I swear to God, I seen you like 2 weeks ago in Lake George. Where in particular in Lake George? Richard Castro says, where can we find your channel's music? I have some of them on my second channel. God, I don't know if I link to that anymore. It's called Music from the Carpetbagger, I think. His name is actually Frankenstein. You may think it's Frankenstein, but that's just the Mandela effect. Elizabeth Sanchez, you should visit Halloween Town in Oregon. Now, what's that? There's a movie or something that was filmed in a town. Where did I get this? I got this from Busch Gardens in last year when I went to their thing. What do they call their thing? Simon Sue says, do you want me to get the Henry Ford Moldramas? I have the Henry Ford Moldramas, unless they have a new one. Oh, it was a Disney Channel movie. Okay. I have a favorite Christmas Moldrama. Santa Claus is cool. I also have a Christmas tree. Thomas Frost said, did I get to Sylvan Beach? Rumors being bought and tore down. Well, if that's true, then hopefully I will have preserved it for prosperity. Serious Sam says, Frankenstein is not the creator's name. It's a creator's name, not the monster. What do you think about that, Frankenstein? He just said that Frankenstein's not your name. Do not rob me of my family and my heritage. You hurt his feelings. Do I sleep in the car occasionally? I'm too old to sleep in a car. Hurts my bones. Is Frankenstein Native American? No, he's German. And I think Jewish. Richard Castro says Frankenstein is the last name. He is technically the son, so it is his name too. Oh. I can't argue with that. Did I see the trailer for Lamb? What's Lamb? Is it a movie about a lamb? What does he do? Does he get sheared? Have I ever been asked to be in a sitcom? A sitcom, no. I have been to the Mutter Museum. I have a video, but I can't. It's more of a review video because I can't show the actual Mutter Museum. Frank Zehammer says in the movie, the role was the monster. Yeah, but how come in Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, they meet this guy and not the doctor? Do I have any non-sitcom acting credits? No, I don't think I have any acting credits. I'm not really an actor. I have been approached with several reality TV concepts that never turned into anything. Rabat says, best Pirates of the Caribbean character, Barbossa or Davy Jones? That's a hard one. I love the character of Barbossa, one of the best characters in the movie. And then Davy Jones has one of the best character designs of all time. Oh, he's whispering to me. What's he saying? He says that his name's Frankenstein. Yeah, I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested in being in a reality show or being on a TV show or being on the Travel Channel. I'm happy doing what I do. I am on IMBD. What are they? Is this real? IMBD, the Carpetbagger. Should I put in my real name or am I listed as the Carpetbagger? Jacob the Here it is. Jacob the Carpetbagger on IMBD. There I am. I'm so important that they didn't put my last name. And I'm known for... Oh! I'm on Film It, that's Dan Bell's channel. And I'm on Monsters Across America. I actually was on Monsters Across America. That's true. And I was on Film It. But, I mean, Film It is a YouTube channel. Which I find pretty funny. I mean, I find pretty funny that, I'm listed in a cameo I did on Dan Bell's channel, but nothing from back to my actual channel. See full biography. Jake the Carpetbagger is known for his. I'm known for my work on Monsters Across America and Film It. Yep. Built my career on this YouTube channel, but I'm only known for that one time I appeared on Dan Bell's channel and for the 3 minutes I was on Monsters Across America, which is a show on the Fox app. What else? Do I think I'll ever wrestle Mortimer again? Maybe. Yeah, Richard Starr. I've never done anything except Dan Bell. Bob Segal says, "How did Monsters Across America come by anyway?" Oh, the director contacted me. He'd seen I had done some stuff on the talked about the twins, the Daisy Violet Hilton. Dan Bell is doing better, by the way. Better than who? Better than me? Toby and Barnaby said a bot created that probably. So like robots create IMD profiles. Susan Cox says, "Is Rail Runner fun to write?" What's Rail Runner? Rail Runner. Have I been on a ride called Rail Runner? Probably. Rail Runner. Sounds really familiar. I'm trying to think. What's Rail Runner? GF Piper says, "My friend Family Truckster posted with you." I'm like, damn, I'm not crazy. Yeah, maybe some Lake George material coming up. Have you ever done stuff with Tim Tracker? I did one video with Tim Tracker. How well is Dan Bell doing? Let's see the Dan Bell Film It channel. Dan Bell. Yeah, Dan's got almost 600,000 subscribers. Is this a good angle? It's a good angle for the stream. What's the lore behind the Joe Dirt statue? Well, my friend Paul Snyder, out in Oklahoma City, he makes the wax figures, and I was selling some, so I said, "Hey, sell me one." All right, the Dan Bell Film It channel. Dan Bell channel has 600,000 subscribers. That's nothing to sneeze at. Dan Bell Film It channel has 115,000 subscribers. So I'm known for being on this channel. That's kind of funny. I'm best known. Yeah, I did. Coming up, there'll be some more. Be some little bit of New Hampshire mixed in there, some New York theme parks. I think you guys will enjoy it. Some classic New York theme parks and some classic New Hampshire theme parks. Thoughts on the Convergence Station at Meow Wolf? I've tried not to dig too deep into what's at the convergence station because I want to experience it firsthand. It should be no surprise that I'm going to try to get out there pretty soon. Anna Ratliff says the video posted today was awesome. Well, thank you. I was really hoping you guys would like that video. Figure with it's got roller coaster footage. It's got 3 different dark rides. I put in my vampire teeth. They're actually upstairs. I would. Film Theory is trying to solve the mystery of Omega Mart. Well, they should try to figure out the mystery of Convergence Station. Oh, Susan Cox. Yes, Rail Runners, the mountain coaster road at Ankista. That's one of the scariest things I've ever done. That rail runner is terrifying, and you have to sign a waiver, and then you fly down the mountain on something that looks like a strip of spaghetti. It's the scariest mountain coaster. Yeah, check out Lost River in New Hampshire. I don't know what Lost River is. What's my favorite city I've ever been to? Bob Zagal says Film Theory actually referenced you in there. Yeah, he actually it was actually really cool. He sent a lot of they got a lot of subscribers and that he told people to comment on my videos if tell me to try the mammal milk or the what is it? Mammal liquid. And yeah. It was very nice. I got a bunch of comments, a bunch of new subscribers, so very cool. And I actually was familiar. I was familiar with. I don't know. Many of you guys realize I don't follow a lot of YouTubers. I don't really know much about the YouTube ecosystem, but I'd watched some of his videos before. I believe. I hope I'm not thinking of someone else, but I think he had done some videos on Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Which I'm a huge fan of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Bob Zagal says, how much of the stuff on the shelves of Omega Mart is actually available to buy? I think a lot of it. I mean, all the stuff that, like, anything that's, like, in a container that you could safely buy something in, like a can or a bottle, all that stuff is real. I mean, the stuff like you can't buy the meat, like the tattooed chicken and stuff. You buy the tattooed chicken in a can. But most of the stuff is actually for sale. Daniel Melendez says, I actually saw an old interview of you somewhere on YouTube. Who was interviewing me? Kermit DeFrago says, if you had to choose, would you rather eat only Burger King or Taco Bell? Taco Bell, definitely. Stifle Boy says, love the attention to obscure Americana you provide. I try. I'll never go to the James Dean Museum. I don't know much about that. Jasper Blue says, I'm curious who animates your openings, makes the asset art. My friend Jeff from Creaties. He used to have his own YouTube channel. Now he focuses more on Instagram. You can find his art on Instagram. Look at this now. I'm Frankenstein. Susan Cox says, how does a super chat work? I just sent it and haven't seen it yet. I mean, you send it, you put like a dollar amount, you type in the message that you want to say, and then you send it. I did not see a super chat, though, come through. Matt Riley Productions, thank you for the super chat. Regina Deal says, other than Moldoramas, what do you get as souvenirs? A lot of I used to collect a lot of postcards, t-shirts, although I got too many t-shirts. I had to stop getting them. Jim says, when is your next visit to the Milwaukee Public Museum? I'm not sure. I said my goodbyes, and I don't know, they're dragging it out. I don't know when they're going to move it. I wish they would never move it. Or you can ask what my favorite shirt is. I have a red Mothman shirt. It's made by the Paranormal Museum, International Paranormal Museum. And I really love that shirt. And a lot of times when people do fan art of me, I'm wearing that shirt. So I think a lot of people like that shirt. Kermit DeFrago, thank you for the super chat. Goodbye. Have a nice day. You have a nice day as well. Billy Maurice is going to Dragon Con. No, I decided against going to Dragon Con. Cody Berry says, weird to watch your old videos. You have some out of control John Popper chop. My mutton chops did get really out of control at certain points. That's absolutely true. Do I still have the Orion albums? I do. Bob Zagala says, I love Northlands, and I'm an evangelist for it. Isn't Northlands a train museum? Have I done a DC expedition yet? Yeah, I've been through DC, but it's been a while. It's been a few years. A lot of people saying good night. Zachary Sherrill says, miss my wrestling days. Maybe we'll do some wrestling in the future. Well, I do worry that I'm so out of shape now. Suddenly got warm in here. I have no control over the heat or coolness of this room. It just, whatever the thermostat in the main house is set to, it just spews it out down here. Cold Spring says, you're a wholesome human being and I wish you genuinely the best. Well, thank you. That's very nice. Just for fun, so have you ever considered traveling by Amtrak? A lot of people ask me about traveling by train. And I feel like if I travel by train, like, I don't know, you can't pull a train over to film something cool. That's the main reason I haven't done that. Cody Bear, it usually stays cold down here. And then in the winter, I have a fireplace. American Treasure Tours in Oaks, PA. Let me add that. Let me add that to the list. I know I already have Northlands on here. American Treasure Oaks, PA. And Strati said he's going to watch some more of my haunt videos. Well, thank you. I always do really appreciate when people take the time to go back and watch some of the older videos. Just do a ghost story theme live stream close to Halloween. We'll see. I may have to make some adjustments to my live streaming schedule for Halloween. Tuesdays, haunts usually aren't open. Ready for History says, any more eating challenges planned? I would do some. I just don't know of a lot more. Simon Sue says, do you read new comments on old videos? I do. All the comments like come up together on the app and I read them. Do I travel with family or friends? Sometimes, but usually I travel alone. All right, well, it's getting a little late. I think maybe perhaps I should say good night as well. Appreciate all you guys joining me. Thank you for everyone who dropped a super chat, and thank you for everyone who spent their time here chatting with me. Hashtag Team Balto. Until next time, this one is in the back.